Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something straight from the heart. Life is a journey, an unpredictable, winding road that takes us through the highest peaks of joy and the deepest valleys of struggle. And as the years pass, we start to see things more clearly. We start to understand that the things we once believed would always be there, our strength, our energy, even the people we thought we could always count on, begin to shift like sand beneath our feet. See, when you hit 60, you enter a different season of life. A season where truth becomes louder than illusion. You look around and the reality sets in. The people you sacrificed for, the ones you gave your heart and soul to, might not always be the ones standing beside you when you need them the most. And that realization, it's not meant to break you, it's meant to wake you up. Because, my friends, real support, true, unshakable, undeniable support, doesn't just come from blood relations. It comes from something far greater. It comes from the pillars you build for yourself. Pillars that will hold you up when everything else fades away. Pillars that will stand tall, strong, and unwavering no matter who stays or who leaves. And tonight, I want to share with you the 5 pillars that will never fail you once you cross that threshold into 60 and beyond. Because the truth is, your future doesn't depend on luck, it doesn't depend on promises, and it sure doesn't depend on waiting for someone else to save you. It depends on you and the foundation you choose to build today. So, if you're ready to take control of your next chapter, if you're ready to stand on solid ground and walk into the future with power, clarity, and confidence, then listen closely. Because these 5 pillars, they will be the difference between merely surviving and truly thriving. Let me tell you something that most people don't want to hear. Your body, it's not the same at 60 as it was at 30. And that's not negativity, that's reality. See, when you were younger, you could get away with things. You could eat whatever you wanted, sleep for a few hours, push your body to its limits, and still wake up the next day ready to take on the world. But time doesn't wait for anyone. And if you're not paying attention, if you're still living like you've got endless tomorrows, you're setting yourself up for a future where regret outweighs everything else. Because here's the truth. When everything else falls away, when the people you thought would be by your side start drifting into their own lives, when the job title you once carried doesn't define you anymore, when the noise of the outside world starts to quiet down, your health is the only thing that will stand between you and a life of strength or a life of struggle. See, at 60, the game changes. Your body starts speaking to you in ways it never has before. That knee that used to handle every step without a problem, it starts to ache. That back that once carried the weight of the world, it reminds you that it's been carrying too much for too long. And those late nights of eating whatever was easy and skipping workouts, they start showing up in ways you never expected. But here's where most people get it wrong. They see aging as a slow decline, as if they have no power over it. But that's a lie, because you have a choice. You can choose to let the years take from you, or you can choose to take charge of the years ahead. You can either invest in your health, or you can spend your future paying for neglect. And I know what some people might be thinking. It's too late for me. I've already made too many bad choices. Let me stop you right there. It's never too late to start treating your body like the gift that it is. It's never too late to shift from surviving to thriving. It's never too late to start moving. Start fueling your body with what it actually needs. Start treating your health like the priceless asset it is. Because let me tell you, nobody is coming to save you from the consequences of poor health. No amount of money, no level of success, no deep connections can replace the power of a strong body and a clear mind. When you feel good, when your body is strong, when you wake up with energy, the world looks different. Opportunities feel possible. Joy comes easier. You don't just exist, you live. And this isn't about being perfect. It's not about chasing some unrealistic idea of fitness. It's about taking control. It's about making choices that serve you instead of steal from you. It's about deciding today that your future self will thank you instead of resent you. Start small if you have to. Take a walk every day. Drink more water. Stretch. Make sleep a priority. Feed your body instead of punishing it. And most importantly, stop telling yourself that it doesn't matter. Because it does. It matters more than you could ever imagine. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of living if you're too tired, too sick, too weak to enjoy it? What's the point of reaching this stage in life if you don't have the strength to actually live it? The truth is, your health is your true wealth. Everything else you build in life, your relationships, your dreams, your freedom, depends on it. So ask yourself right now, are you treating your body like something you value, or are you waiting until it forces you to pay attention? Because trust me, it will. And when that day comes, you'll either be grateful for the choices you made, or you'll be wishing you had made them sooner. The choice is yours. Let's talk about something that makes people uncomfortable. Money. Some avoid the topic, some think it's not important, and others assume that somehow everything will just work out when they get older. But let me tell you, wishing is not a strategy. Hoping that financial security will magically appear once you hit retirement is a dangerous illusion. And if you don't take control of your finances now, you could find yourself in a situation where the life you imagined is no longer an option. See, when you were younger, money was something you could chase. You had time to recover from mistakes, time to build, time to learn. You could afford to take risks, knowing you had years ahead to make up for any losses. But after 60, that luxury disappears. Time is no longer your greatest asset. Wisdom is. And if you're wise, you know that financial independence isn't about being wealthy, it's about having options. It's about never having to depend on anyone else for your survival, your comfort, or your dignity. Because here's the reality. When you don't have financial independence, you don't have freedom. You're at the mercy of circumstances, forced to make decisions based on limitations rather than possibilities. Maybe you have to downsize not because you want to, but because you have no other choice. Maybe you have to rely on family members for support, not because you want to, but because you have no other choice. Maybe you have to keep working long past the age when you wanted to retire, not because you enjoy it, but because you have no other choice. And that's the key, choice. The ability to decide how you live, where you live, what you do with your time, and how you enjoy your later years. That's what financial independence gives you. And if you don't have it, your golden years can start to feel like a cage instead of a reward. Now let's address the biggest lie people tell themselves. My family will take care of me. Listen to me very carefully. You cannot build your future on the expectations of others. It's not that your children or loved ones don't care, but they have their own lives, their own struggles, their own responsibility. Expecting them to carry your financial burdens is not fair to them or to you. You didn't work your whole life just to become dependent in your later years. You didn't sacrifice, build, and grind for decades just to find yourself waiting for someone else to save you. You deserve better. And let's be real. Government support, retirement benefits, those are not enough to give you the life you want. The cost of living is rising, healthcare is expensive, and unexpected emergencies can wipe out savings in an instant. If you're not planning for these realities, you're gambling with your future. So, what's the solution? You take control. You stop avoiding your finances and start facing them head on. You create a plan, one that secures your needs, protects your future, and allows you to live with dignity no matter what. And you start now. If you're still working, maximize your earnings while you can. Don't just make money, make it work for you. Invest wisely, save aggressively, and cut unnecessary expenses. Every dollar you save today is a step toward freedom tomorrow. And if you've already retired, then be strategic about how you manage your money. Stretch it, protect it, and grow it where you can. And let's talk about income. You need multiple streams of income. You don't have to work full-time, but you need something coming in. Passive income, investments, rental properties, part-time consulting, whatever fits your skills and lifestyle. Because when you have money flowing in, you have options. You're not waiting for a check, not worried about making ends meet. You're in control. And here's something a lot of people overlook. Debt is your enemy. At this stage in life, carrying debt is like carrying a boulder on your back. It limits you, drains you, and steals your peace of mind. If you have debt, eliminate it as fast as you can. Pay it down, stop accumulating more, and free yourself from the burden. Because the less you owe, the more you own your life. And let's be clear, financial independence is not about how much money you have. It's about how you manage it. Some people live stress-free with modest savings, while others make millions and still struggle because they don't know how to handle their money. It's not about numbers, it's about discipline, strategy, and mindset. Because at the end of the day, money is not just currency, it's security, it's freedom, it's power. And if you want to walk into your later years with confidence instead of fear, with choices instead of restrictions, then you must take financial independence seriously. And don't let anyone tell you it's too late. It's never too late to make smarter choices. It's never too late to start taking control. The past is the past, but what you do right now will shape your future. You don't need to be rich to be financially independent. You just need to be prepared. Because when you're financially independent, you don't just survive, you thrive. And isn't that what life after 60 should be about? Living on your terms, enjoying every moment, and knowing that no matter what happens, you are in control. Let me tell you something. Your mindset is everything. It's not just a part of the equation, it is the equation. You can have money in the bank, you can have good health, you can have years of experience, but if your mind is weak, if your thoughts are working against you instead of for you, then none of that matters. Because the truth is, after 60, your mindset will determine whether you live with strength or whether you slowly fade into the background. See, people spend their whole lives working, building, taking care of others, making sacrifices, and when they finally reach this stage of life, they don't know what to do with themselves. They've been so focused on responsibilities that they forgot about their own personal power. And so what happens? They start to shrink. They start believing the lies that society tells them, that they're too old, that their best years are behind them, that they should just slow down, sit back, and fade into the background. And that, my friends, is the biggest mistake you could ever make. Because let me tell you right now, you are not done. You are not finished. As long as you are breathing, as long as you wake up with another day in front of you, then you have something to give, something to create, something to live for. And the moment you let go of that belief, the moment you stop seeing yourself as strong, capable, and valuable, is the moment life starts slipping away from you. It all starts in your mind. If you tell yourself that you're old, that you can't learn new things, that you're no longer needed, guess what? Your body, your energy, and your spirit will start to believe it. But if you wake up every day with the mindset that you still have purpose, that you are still growing, that you are still in control of your future, then nothing can stop you. And let me be clear, this isn't about pretending that age doesn't exist. It's not about ignoring the realities of getting older. It's about understanding that age does not define your potential. It's about refusing to let a number dictate how you live your life. Because the truth is, your mind is either your greatest weapon or your greatest weakness. It will either push you forward or hold you back, and the choice is entirely yours. Now let's talk about the dangers of a weak mindset. A weak mindset doesn't just hold you back, it destroys you. It makes you doubt yourself, it makes you feel small. It makes you stop trying. And the moment you stop trying, you start declining. People think aging is about the body breaking down, but that's not the full truth. The body follows the mind. If you give up mentally, your body will follow. If you stop believing in your own strength, your body will start to weaken. If you stop thinking of yourself as valuable, your energy will disappear. This is why so many people after 60 fall into depression, loneliness, and even illness. Not because they have to, but because they stop fighting. They stop believing in themselves. They stop feeding their mind with things that keep them sharp, strong, and full of life. So, what's the solution? You must train your mind like you train your body. You have to feed it the right things. You have to guard it against negativity. You have to push it to keep growing, to keep learning, to keep moving forward. Start by controlling your thoughts. The way you speak to yourself matters. If you're constantly saying, I'm too old for that, I can't do that anymore, my time has passed, guess what? You're making that your reality. But if you wake up every day and say, I am strong, I am valuable, I still have purpose, I am not done yet, then your mind will start believing it and your body will follow. You also need to keep challenging yourself. Never stop learning. Never stop expanding your mind. Read books, take classes, learn new skills, explore new places, try new hobbies. Because the moment you stop learning is the moment you start dying. And I don't mean that figuratively, I mean it literally. Studies have shown that people who continue to engage their minds, who keep learning and challenging themselves, live longer, healthier, and happier lives. And let's talk about who you surround yourself with. Your environment shapes your mindset. If you spend your time around people who complain about getting older, who talk about how life is just about waiting for the end, who have given up, then guess what? That energy will rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with people who are still striving, still excited about life, still working towards something, then you will be inspired to do the same. Your mindset is your shield. It's what protects you from becoming stagnant. It's what keeps you resilient, even when challenges come. And make no mistake, challenges will come. You may face health issues, you may face financial struggles, you may experience loss. But the difference between those who rise above and those who let life break them is their mindset. The ones who survive, who thrive, who continue living with passion and purpose are the ones who refuse to let circumstances define them. So ask yourself right now, are you feeding your mind with strength or with weakness? Are you talking to yourself in a way that lifts you up or tears you down? Are you surrounding yourself with energy that inspires you or energy that drains you? Because if you want to live your best years after 60, you must protect your mindset at all costs. And let me say this one last thing. Your mindset is your legacy. The way you live your life, the way you carry yourself, the way you continue pushing forward despite your age, it sets an example for the generations that come after you. Your children, your grandchildren, your community, they are watching. And when they see you living with strength, refusing to give up, continuing to grow and thrive, they will be inspired to do the same. So don't let age be your excuse. Let it be your motivation. Because you are not done yet, and as long as you have a strong mindset, nothing can stop you. Let's talk about something that most people overlook. Health. Not just physical health, not just avoiding sickness, but true, deep, lasting wellness. Because after 60, your health is not just about survival, it's about quality of life. It's about waking up every day feeling strong, energized, capable. It's about being able to move without pain, to enjoy your time without exhaustion, to live fully without limitations. And let me tell you, if you don't have your health, nothing else matters. You could have all the money in the world, the strongest mindset, a supportive community, but if your body is failing you, if you're constantly battling illness, if you're too weak to enjoy your life, then what was it all for? Because make no mistake, your health is your foundation. It is the pillar that holds everything else up, and once it crumbles, everything else starts falling apart. But here's the thing, your health is in your hands. Yes, aging is real. Yes, the body changes. Yes, things get harder. But you are not powerless. You are not just a victim of time. The way you treat your body, the choices you make, the habits you build, those determine how you feel, how you move, how you live. And if you think it's too late to start taking care of yourself, let me tell you right now, it is never too late to take control of your health. See, the biggest mistake people make after 60 is believing that they're just supposed to accept decline, that getting weaker, slower, more tired is just part of life. And while, yes, changes come with age, most of what people think is aging is actually neglect. It's years of not moving enough, not eating right, not taking care of themselves. And then when their body starts to break down, they blame it on age instead of their choices. But let me tell you something. Your body wants to heal. It wants to be strong. It wants to be vibrant. And if you start giving it what it needs, even now, it will respond. You don't have to accept pain. You don't have to accept weakness. You don't have to accept a life where you're constantly tired, struggling, barely holding on. You can take control. You can rebuild. And it starts with movement. You must keep your body active. I don't care if you've never exercised a day in your life, start now. Walk, stretch, do yoga, swim, lift light weights. Do whatever it takes to keep your muscles engaged, your joints fluid, your blood pumping. Because the moment you stop moving, your body starts shutting down. The moment you let yourself become inactive, weakness takes over. And once you lose your strength, everything becomes harder. And don't listen to the people who say, I'm too old for that. That's a lie. There are people in their 80s running marathons. There are people in their 90s lifting weights, building muscle, staying strong. Your age does not define your ability. Your mindset and your effort do. Now let's talk about what you put into your body. Because what you eat isn't just about weight. It's about energy, healing, longevity. Food is medicine. And after 60, you can't afford to be careless with what you put on your plate. If you're still eating processed foods, too much sugar, too much salt, if you're still filling your body with things that cause inflammation, that drain your energy, that clog your system, you are slowly poisoning yourself. It's time to eat for strength, eat for vitality, eat for energy. Focus on whole foods. Vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, healthy fats. Drink water like your life depends on it, because it does. Cut out the junk that's been wearing you down for years. And don't fall for the lie that it doesn't matter now. It does matter. It always matters. Your body can still heal, still rebuild, still grow stronger if you give it the right fuel. And let's not forget the importance of rest. Sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Your body repairs itself when you sleep. Your brain clears out toxins, your muscles recover, your energy replenishes. If you're not getting good sleep, you're aging yourself faster than time ever could. So create a sleep routine. Turn off screens before bed. Make your room dark, quiet, cool. Give yourself the gift of deep, uninterrupted rest, because when you wake up rested, everything else becomes easier. And then there's stress. Stress is a silent killer. It destroys your body from the inside out. It raises your blood pressure, weakens your immune system, drains your energy, messes with your sleep. And after 60, you don't have time for stress to rob you of your years. Let go of what you can't control. Stop carrying burdens that aren't yours. Protect your peace like your life depends on it, because it does. Meditate, breathe deeply, spend time in nature, laugh more, surround yourself with people who bring you joy, not drama, because every moment of peace you create adds years to your life. And let's talk about purpose, because your health isn't just physical, it's emotional, mental, spiritual. If you wake up every day with nothing to look forward to, if you feel like your life has no meaning, if you've given up on your passions, your body will feel it. The mind and body are connected. And the moment you stop living with purpose, your body starts shutting down. So find something to live for. A project, a goal, a hobby, a mission. Give yourself a reason to wake up excited. Because people who have purpose, who stay engaged, who keep learning, who keep contributing, they live longer, healthier, happier lives. Listen to me. Your health is your responsibility. No one is coming to save you. No doctor, no pill, no magic cure can replace the daily choices you make. If you want to be strong, if you want to be independent, if you want to truly enjoy your life after 60, then you must take control of your health. You owe it to yourself. Because when you have your health, you have everything. You have freedom. You have energy. You have joy. And when you take care of your body takes care of you. So don't let age be your excuse, let it be your reason. Because every choice you make today shapes the life you will live tomorrow. And you deserve to live it fully. Let me tell you something. Financial independence is not just about money. It's about freedom. It's about dignity. It's about having control over your own life, your own choices, your own future. Because after 60, if you don't have financial stability, life can start to feel like a prison. And nothing is worse than feeling trapped because of money. See, when you were younger, you had time. You had the ability to work harder, to take risks, to recover from financial mistakes. But after 60, the game changes. You don't have the same time to bounce back. You don't have decades ahead of you to rebuild. That means every financial decision you make now carries more weight. Every dollar wasted is a dollar you may not be able to replace. And the truth is, nobody is coming to rescue you. You can't rely on the government. You can't rely on your children. You can't rely on promises or pensions that may not even exist in a few years. The only person you can truly rely on is yourself. And that means you have to take control of your financial future with both hands before it's too late. Now, some people might be thinking, I didn't plan ahead. I didn't save enough. It's too late for me. Let me tell you something. It is never too late to start making smarter financial decisions. It is never too late to adjust, to learn, to create a plan that gives you stability. But what you cannot afford to do is ignore your financial reality, because ignoring the problem won't make it go away. First, let's talk about the biggest mistake people make after 60 spending, like they still have unlimited time. Too many people continue living as if they are still in their prime earning years. They spend without thinking. They buy things they don't need. They give away money to people who should be standing on their own 2 feet. And before they know it, they're struggling. They're dependent. They're stuck. If you want to be financially free after 60, you must live below your means. I'm not saying you have to live in poverty. I'm saying you have to be smart. Every unnecessary expense, every impulse purchase, every dollar wasted on things that don't add real value to your life, that's money you may need later. That's security you are throwing away. And let's talk about debt, because nothing will destroy your freedom faster than owing money you can't pay back. If you still have debt, now is the time to make a plan to get rid of it before it controls you. Pay off high-interest loans. Get rid of credit card debt. Stop borrowing money for things that don't matter. Because the last thing you want is to be in your 70s, still paying for things you bought years ago, still stressed about bills, still chained to a system that profits off your struggle. But financial freedom isn't just about cutting back. It's about creating income. And let me tell you, retirement doesn't mean you have to stop earning. Too many people think that once they retire, their earning potential is over. That's a lie. In today's world, there are countless ways to generate income, even after 60. You have skills, you have experience, you have knowledge that younger generations don't, and that is valuable. You can consult, you can freelance, you can teach, you can start an online business, you can invest wisely, you can turn hobbies into income. There are options. But you have to be willing to think differently, to step out of your comfort zone, to adapt to the times. And let's talk about investments, because this is where a lot of people go wrong. Some people think, I have some money saved up, I'll be fine. But money sitting in a low-interest savings account isn't working for you. At the same time, chasing risky investments or falling for scams can wipe out everything you built. You need a balance. You need smart, safe investments that provide steady returns. Real estate, dividend stocks, low-risk funds, passive income streams. Your money should be working for you, not just sitting there losing value. And let's be real. Financial independence is about more than just making money. It's about protecting what you already have. That means having the right insurance. It means having an emergency fund. It means having a financial plan that ensures you never become a burden to anyone. Because let me tell you something. Financial stress is one of the quickest ways to destroy your health, your peace, and your happiness. Think about it. How many people after 60 are constantly worried about bills, about medical expenses, about whether they'll have enough money to last? That kind of stress eats away at you. It keeps you up at night. It drains your energy. It makes you feel powerless. And you don't have to live that way. The key is preparation. The key is discipline. The key is refusing to let money control you. Because when you are financially independent, you get to live life on your own terms. You don't have to rely on anyone. You don't have to stay in situations you hate just to survive. You have options. You have freedom. You have power. But here's the hard truth. Nobody is going to do this for you. Nobody is going to make sure you're taken care of. That responsibility is yours. And the sooner you take it seriously, the better your future will be. So ask yourself, where do you stand financially? Are you in control, or are you just hoping for the best? Do you have a plan, or are you just surviving day by day? Because the difference between struggling and thriving after 60 comes down to one thing: choices. Every dollar you spend, every financial decision you make, every habit you build, it all adds up. And the choices you make today will determine whether you spend the next 20, 30, 40 years worrying about money, or whether you spend it living fully, freely, without fear. So if you haven't taken control of your financial future yet, start now. Cut unnecessary expenses, get rid of debt, find ways to create income, invest wisely, protect what you have. Because financial freedom isn't about being rich, it's about having peace of mind. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you are in control. And let me tell you, there is no greater feeling in the world than that. After the age of 60, one of the most important aspects of life that often goes overlooked is emotional well-being. While people focus on financial security, health, and social connections, they sometimes forget that their emotional state plays a huge role in their quality of life. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving, about feeling fulfilled, about experiencing true happiness even in this stage of life. See, as you grow older, life changes. Your kids may have grown up and started their own lives. Your career might have slowed down or come to an end. Friends and loved ones may move away, and some may no longer be here. These changes can create feelings of loneliness, sadness, and even fear. But here's the truth. Your emotional well-being is in your hands. You have the power to shape your mindset, to choose happiness, and to create an environment where you feel emotionally fulfilled every single day. First, let's address the elephant in the room: loneliness. It's one of the biggest challenges people face as they age. When you're younger, you're surrounded by people, colleagues, friends, family, and social circles. But after 60, your world can start to feel smaller. Some people withdraw from social life because they don't feel as needed anymore. Others become isolated due to health issues, financial struggles, or simply a lack of effort to maintain relationships. And this isolation can be dangerous. Studies show that loneliness can lead to serious mental health issues, including depression and anxiety. It can even have physical effects, increasing the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and cognitive decline. Loneliness isn't just an emotional issue, it's a health risk. That's why making an effort to stay connected is essential. But here's the thing. Staying connected doesn't just mean being around people. It means being around the right people. People who uplift you, who make you feel valued, who bring joy into your life. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. If certain relationships drain you, make you feel unimportant, or bring negativity into your life, it's time to let them go. Your peace is too valuable to be sacrificed for the sake of keeping toxic connections. This is where the importance of building new relationships comes in. Just because you've reached a certain age doesn't mean you should stop meeting new people or forming new bonds. Join a club, take a class, get involved in your community, attend social events. Be proactive in creating a circle of people who bring happiness into your life. Your emotional well-being thrives when you surround yourself with positivity. Another key factor in emotional well-being is having a sense of purpose. After retirement, many people struggle with feelings of insignificance. When you've spent decades working, raising a family, or taking care of responsibilities, it's easy to feel lost when those roles shift. But here's the truth. You still have so much to offer. Your wisdom, experience, and talents are valuable. You are valuable. Find something that excites you, challenges you, and gives you a reason to wake up every morning with energy. Whether it's volunteering, mentoring younger generations, writing, painting, gardening, or even starting a new project, do something that makes you feel fulfilled. Purpose is one of the greatest contributors to emotional stability, and it keeps your mind engaged, your heart happy, and your spirit alive. Let's talk about self-care, because too often people neglect themselves in the later stages of life. Emotional well-being isn't just about external factors like relationships and purpose, it's also about how you treat yourself. How often do you truly take time to do things that bring you joy? Taking care of your emotional well-being means prioritizing activities that relax and recharge you. Meditation, journaling, music, nature walks, reading, or simply sitting in silence with a cup of coffee, these small moments of peace matter. And let's not forget about laughter. Laughter is one of the most powerful tools for emotional healing. Find humor in everyday life. Watch something funny. Share jokes. Be around people who make you smile. Laughter has the power to reduce stress and lift your mood instantly. But perhaps the most important part of emotional well-being is self-acceptance. As you grow older, you might start to feel insecure about changes in your body, your energy levels, or even your role in society. But aging is not a loss. It's a privilege. Every wrinkle, every gray hair, every year you live is a sign of experience, of survival, of wisdom. Embrace it. Own it. Be proud of who you are. Too often people get caught up in comparing themselves to their younger selves or to others who seem to be doing better. But comparison is a thief. It steals your joy. You are on your own unique journey, and where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. Instead of focusing on what you've lost, focus on what you've gained. The wisdom, the resilience, the strength. Gratitude is a powerful tool in emotional well-being. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, your entire mindset shifts. Wake up every morning and find at least 3 things to be grateful for. It could be as simple as the sun shining, a good cup of coffee, a warm conversation, or a beautiful memory. Gratitude turns what you have into enough. And let's talk about forgiveness. Carrying emotional baggage from the past can weigh you down more than anything else, whether it's resentment towards others or regret towards yourself. Holding on to negativity only harms you. It's time to let it go. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing bad behavior. It means freeing yourself from the burden of holding on to pain. At this stage in life, your emotional well-being is more important than ever. It's the foundation that determines how you experience your remaining years. Do you want to live with joy, peace, and fulfillment? Or do you want to live with regret, loneliness, and stress? The choice is yours. You have the power to take control of your emotional well-being. You have the ability to surround yourself with love, laughter, and purpose. You have the right to prioritize your happiness. Because at the end of the day, the quality of your life isn't determined by what happens to you. It's determined by how you choose to respond. So choose happiness. choose peace. Choose to make your emotional well-being a priority, because you deserve nothing less. At this stage of life, there's one thing you must understand. You are your own greatest investment. The time, energy, and care you put into yourself will determine the kind of life you lead in the years to come. Too many people, once they hit 60, start thinking they've done all they can, that their best years are behind them, and that they no longer have the power to shape their future. But that couldn't be further from the truth. The reality is, life after 60 isn't about slowing down. It's about living smarter. It's about understanding that everything you do today impacts your tomorrow. Your habits, your mindset, your daily choices. These are the building blocks of your future. And the most important thing you can do is commit to lifelong growth and self-improvement. Let's be real. Comfort zones are dangerous. When you stop challenging yourself, when you stop learning, when you stop pushing forward, that's when stagnation creeps in. And stagnation is the fastest way to lose your spark. It's easy to fall into routines, to do the same things every day, to stop trying new things. But the truth is, the moment you stop growing is the moment you start declining. This is why it's so important to keep learning. Your brain is like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. Studies show that people who actively engage in learning, whether through reading, puzzles, new skills, or even social interactions, have a lower risk of cognitive decline and memory loss. Keep your mind sharp. Read books, learn a new language, try new technologies, stay curious. The world is constantly evolving and you should be evolving with it. But growth isn't just about mental sharpness, it's about challenging yourself in all areas of life. Maybe it's trying a new hobby, traveling to a place you've never been, learning to cook a new dish, or even changing your perspective on life. The key is to never settle, because the moment you tell yourself, this is just the way I am, or I can't change, you shut the door to possibilities. Now, let's talk about physical growth. Staying active isn't just about avoiding health issues, it's about maintaining independence. When you move your body, you keep your freedom. Exercise isn't just for the young, it's for anyone who wants to live fully. Walk, stretch, dance, do yoga. Whatever you can do to keep your body strong, do it. Because movement is life, and the more you move, the more alive you'll feel. And let's not forget emotional growth. This is the time in your life to heal, to let go of past burdens, to free yourself from the emotional baggage that has weighed you down for years. You don't have time to hold on to resentment, anger, or regret. Life is too short and peace of mind is too precious. Forgive, release, and move forward. Another major part of lifelong growth is staying socially engaged. The people you surround yourself with influence your mindset, your emotions, and your energy. Seek out people who inspire you, who make you want to be better, who challenge you to grow. If you're constantly around negativity, it will drain you. Choose your company wisely. But let's be real, not all growth is easy. Some of it is uncomfortable. Some of it requires you to step into the unknown, to take risks, to face fears. But growth never happens inside your comfort zone. Every time you challenge yourself, you expand. Every time you push through fear, you build confidence. And confidence at this stage of life is everything. A lot of people associate confidence with youth. But the truth is, real confidence comes with experience. It comes from knowing who you are, from understanding your worth, from recognizing that you have something valuable to offer the world. Confidence isn't about appearance, it's about presence. And when you commit to lifelong growth, you carry yourself differently. You walk into rooms with purpose, you speak with conviction, you live with intention. And speaking of intention, what kind of legacy are you building? Because the truth is, we all leave something behind. It's not just about money or possessions. It's about the impact you have on the people around you. Are you living in a way that inspires others? Are you sharing your wisdom? Are you making a difference, no matter how small? See, lifelong growth isn't just about you. It's about what you give to the world. Mentor someone. Teach what you've learned. Be a source of wisdom for younger generations, because the lessons you've gathered over the years are priceless, and they deserve to be shared. At the end of the day, the decision is yours. You can choose to stop growing, to settle, to live in the past, or you can choose to evolve, to expand, to keep reaching for something greater. Because here's the truth. Age doesn't define you. Your mindset does. So don't slow down, don't stop learning, don't stop dreaming. Keep growing, keep moving, keep becoming the best version of yourself. Because life isn't over at 60, In fact, it might just be beginning. At this stage in life, true wealth isn't in material things, it's in peace, gratitude, and meaningful connections. Protect your energy, cherish the present, and appreciate the journey that brought you here. Let go of what no longer serves you, embrace what truly matters, and live with purpose, joy, and contentment. Because in the end, a life well lived is a life filled with love, wisdom, and gratitude.